Daily 75 Games. Welcome back to another Let's Roleplay of Dragon Age Inquisition. I am Theron, the Dalish Mage, and we are here in Redcliffe Village trying to put a stop between the Tevinter Imperium controlling the rebel mages because it's somewhat of an outrage. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Tevinter practices. That's why my clan chose not to deal with any Tevinter people. We also didn't really want to deal with anyone from Orlais either, but I think Orlais is kind of a lesser evil compared to the Tevinters, who exemplify the worst Shem behavior possible: enslavement, treatment of their. Well, a lot of elves are taken as slaves. The elves are often used for blood magic and sacrifice. It's pretty horrible. This is what my Harans teach me. This is what the tribe, our clan, talks about actually quite a bit when it comes to the worst Shems out there.
If you're leading the mages now, then let's talk. I'm sure we can come to an arrangement.
It is always a pleasure to meet a reasonable man. Felix, would you send for a scribe, please? Pardon my manners. My son Felix, friends. I am not surprised you're here. Containing the breach is not a feat that many could even attempt. There is no telling how many mages would be needed for such an endeavor. Ambitious, indeed.
Well, I'm not in a position to start. I mean, we could kill him. Or I have to kill his son too, but I think the other mages might support him. I would have to speak to Fiona alone, I think. We need to undermine his power, but for now I'm going to have to put up a diplomatic front.
Well, when you're fighting a massive tear in the sky, you can hardly afford to think small.
There will have to be. Felix.
My lord, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me.
Are you all right?
I'm fine, Father.
Come, I'll get your powders. Please excuse me, friends. We will have to continue this another time.
That was odd.
Fiona, I require your assistance back at the castle.
I don't mean to trouble everyone.
What's wrong with him?
I shall send word to the Inquisition. We will conclude this business at a later date.
I don't trust that. It's just a show for him to walk out.
Come to the Chantry. You are in danger.
Wow, aren't we secrety?
We'll be careful, but we need to figure out what's going on here.
So we've got another song.
What do you need?
Who are you?
We don't need your kind here. Your Inquisition's just Templars by another name.
Really? And what makes you think that? Because we've been attacking mages indiscriminately too?
You'd rather bow to Tevinter than join the Inquisition?
Don't tell me you bought the Chantry's lies about how evil Tevinter is. It's just because they're ruled by mages. No one wants us to look at them and say their mages are free and the world hasn't ended.
Don't magisters summon demons and practice human sacrifice?
The Chantry says whatever they think will scare us. What's wrong with blood magic? People don't like the idea of us controlling their thoughts, but they have no problem with us throwing fireballs in their wars. In Tevinter, the mages police themselves. It works.
Really?
Who are you?
Linnea. Just Linnea. Don't ask what Circle Tower I'm from, because we're done with that. We're all free mages now.
Why does everyone think we're part of the Chantry? We left the Chantry. They hate us.
Right. And I'm the Empress of Orlais.
Okay. You won't take my word for it.
Go back to your Templars. We don't need you.
She's full of anger. What the heck would Dalish Elf, who's leading... No, I'm not leading the Inquisition, who's one of the lead people in the Inquisition. What would I have to do with that? The Templars?
Magister Alexius wishes only mages to remain in Redcliffe. He will approve of you. He does not approve of me. Many villagers have already left to escape his ire.
What does the Magister have against you?
He does not like to be reminded of what mages can become. He says all Tranquil must leave Redcliffe, but who would take us in?
You're one of the Tranquil?
Yes, my talent for magic was insufficient to protect me from demons. Rather than risk me becoming possessed, the Circle removed my connection to the Fade. My magic is gone, along with my dreams and desires. Those now in Redcliffe prefer not to see us.
How long have Tevinters been here?
Magister Alexius arrived at nightfall, 2 days after we retreated from the Temple of Sacred Ashes. He forced anyone without magic out of the castle, save those he required to serve him. Even the Arl was sent away.
It was a few months ago.
Farewell, then.
One moment. You are a member of the Inquisition, are you not? I am an alchemist. You must require potions. If the Magister will not have me here, perhaps I can offer my services.
Of course.
We would be delighted to have you working for the Inquisition.
Thank you. While one lives, it is good to believe there is still a use for one's talents.
Agent acquired. No, this is a properly busy tavern. Who are you?
Inquisition, huh? I wish to holy Andraste you'd gotten here sooner. These Tevinters make my shoulder blades itch.
You're not happy with this new alliance?
Something's not right about that lot. They're not like us. Magic or no, I'd rather count myself among decent folk than stand with Magisters.
Who are you?
Name's Talwyn, formerly of the Circle of Magi in Hosberg. Lived my whole life there, since I was 10 years old and came into my magic. 3 meals a day, quality education, a roof over my head. If you're not summoning demons, a mage tower's a fine place to be.
If you were happy in the Circle, why are you here with the rebels?
We're all rebels now. The vote saw to that. The majority wanted to dissolve the circles. The rest of us went with them or were cut loose.
There are still some of us who are loyal in the Empress's court.
I figured I'm better off with my fellow mages than on my own.
Oh, somebody is phoning me. I'm gonna pause it right here. Odd. Somebody calls you and asks you if someone from your number has phoned their number. I've been making videos for... Yeah, that was actually extremely odd. But anyways, let's continue on.
How did the Grand Enchanter end up working with Tevinter?
1 minute, we were bracing for the Templars to attack. The next, we had a Magister ally. It was a stroke of luck that's given us an edge. In a way. Out of the frying pan.
Yeah, it's actually making me suspicious that maybe Tevinter Imperium wasn't behind the breach. I mean, haven't they vied for all these lands since Andraste? They lost it all? I don't know. That's a vast conspiracy that I'm not willing to... I'm so ill-equipped with information, but it's a thought. Somebody was behind what happened at the Conclave. Somebody.
Goodbye.
Be careful. The Tevinters likely aren't happy you're asking questions.
Or perhaps, maybe the Chantry, if they were to actually think about it, if that I'm legitimate, maybe they would claim it was the Maker testing us, and I'm here to, I don't know, put an end to it, see if we can all do it. I don't know. If it's not from the Maker, then it's from some other source. But that is the big question. Who started the breach? Who started it and why? What are they after? What do they want? I'm sure by now that there's been quite a lot of people that have finished this game. Because it's... What's the date today? It's the 30th of December? Yeah, it's been out for a month and 2 weeks about. So I think one of my subscribers actually said he finished the game and he's going to start it on Ultra. So yeah, I feel really left behind. If that's the case, what am I finding here? I'd like to talk to Leanna again, but I guess not. There's a book over here. The Crows and Queen Madrigal. The first crow refused to speak even when we put hot coals to the soles of his feet and peeled the skin off his face and hands with a paring knife. Oh, that's horrible. He opted instead to chew through his own tongue and choke to death on the blood. This is sick. The second captive repeated what we already knew. Queen Madrigal went on a hunt and did not appear for the evening's festivities. Her body was later found with 4 steel swords through her chest. I asked what he knew about one of the 4 swords being a replica of Hissarion's Sword of Mercy. He had not heard about that, or at least claimed as much. He later died on the rack, smiling slightly. I believe Hissarion was the one that put Andraste out of her, as she was burning, put her out of her misery through mercy. He was a Tevinter. This is by Shemlor. This is almost 2,000 years ago. The third crow must have realized he would not leave the dungeon alive. He seemed to hope that by angering Master Fior, he would earn himself a quick death. The crow tried our patience with pithy comments while Master Fior was trying to work. At one point, he made a remark about Fior's mother, which I shall not repeat here. Yet you'll talk about the torture in detail. I will admit to feeling admiration for his ability to retain a capacity for coherent speech. Some people can. for coherent speech. And even some wit while under extreme duress. Amid all his useless chatter, this third crow did raise an important point. His guild has a reputation to uphold. They are ruthless, efficient, and discreet. How would they maintain such notoriety if agents routinely revealed the names of employers with something as banal as torture? This gave me pause. I called for a halt to the session. After some thought, I stabbed the man through the heart and set the 4th and 5th crow captives free. If there is a confession to be extracted, it will not be done with pain. I recommend we abandon this course of action. A report by Captain Aristide tasked with investigating the assassination of Queen Madrigal of Antiva. That could have been ancient. That could have been hundreds of years ago. Or it could be current, I don't know. Excuse me. Alright, so he said to go to the chantry. I don't know if it was him. Somebody passed me a note. Actually, I think I was looking away from the screen at the time. Oh, gosh. Or I wasn't looking at that part. I think I was just handed a note saying my life is in danger. Go to the chantry. I kind of thought that would be the case. I'm the leader of another movement. But if the fools kill me, the breach may continue to grow and consume all of Thedas, so... I might be the last hope. Okay, so in hushed whispers, a Tevinter Magister named Alexius is extending an invitation to Castle Redcliffe. But first his son Felix wants to meet in the village chantry. Okay, so his son passed it to me. Business arrangement. You know, if you remember, this is like 20, 30 videos ago. A letter found on a Templar corpse suggests that somebody named Tanner is secretly doing business with Templars. Interesting.
Just rumors.
Okay. Somebody might have been saying something in my group. Redcliffe. This is Redcliffe Village. Let's go to this business arrangement thing. Deal with that. Excuse me.
Good day.
May God be with you.
Oh, elf fruit. It's like somebody planted a garden full of elf fruit. And we could use all the elf fruit. Elf fruit will always need. So whenever I see it, because we go through so much of it, I'll have to pick it up.
I'm pleased to hear it.
Are you another
They
revered
say
mother?
Andraste sent you to save the world. If it'll help save lives and bring peace, I'll be the first to believe.
I'm trying. I hope I don't disappoint.
I hope so too.
Are you working for the Mage Rebellion?
Mages are children of the Maker, no less than the rest of us. They struggle no less with questions of faith.
Does that mean you support their freedom?
Given a choice between the Circle and death, most mages willingly gave up some small freedoms for safety. But the pendulum swings. and now it seems any restraint is too much. I think they should have a chance to prove they deserve freedom.
They're already failing.
I don't see any other priests in the village. Where is everybody?
The Magister had the others escorted out for their own safety, but I refused. He can throw me out if he wants. Until then, I tend to my flock.
What are your feelings on the mages working with Tevinter?
The Imperium burned on Draste Day. Since then, we have led 4 exalted marches against them. Yet in all those marches, they still acknowledged the Maker. Now I speak of him and the Magisters laugh. Something has happened, and I dread to learn what.
I will leave you to your duties.
Maker speed you, my child.
I've been giving thought
What's happening?
on
ripping the veil.
this chantry.
You have to
that
stay
maybe
strong. Anything could come
some of what they believe is correct, but their methods
What do you need?
are not always what the Maker intended. There's no other way for me to explain what happened to me in the Vale at the Conclave. I think I'm going to have to keep looking into this and maybe one day become... Well, I'm in a position to make changes, so perhaps one day
I'll ask around
I
again
can
tomorrow.
actually go around and acknowledge
me know if
myself
you find
as a follower of the Chantry, but right now I'm still entertaining the ideas.
I am Sister Tanner. May I help you?
Are you a Chantry sister?
A lay sister only. I work here to help the poor and extend the Maker's kindness to those who need it. It is very busy work, especially in these times, but let me know if I can ever help you.
I found the letter you sent a Templar named Corrin.
What? Shit. You can't prove anything. A letter from a rogue Templar. Nobody is going to care. So, what do you intend to do?
For now, nothing.
Fine. Go.
Interesting. Hinterlands. Business arrangements. Confront Tanner in Redcliffe Village. We already did. A letter found on a Templar corpse suggests that someone named Tanner is secretly doing business with Templars. I could mention her name to the mages. Oh, there's a fair bit of places down there. Wow, do I even get down there? I'd have to do a lot of running to get back up if I did go down there. And Hush Whispers. So I think the only other place... Meet in the village chantry. Is this the village chantry? How in the heck do you get over to Redcliffe itself? The castle. You know what? I don't like that they've actually rearranged everything about Redcliffe. Why do they need to do that? This has got to be the chantry right here. So let's go up. Redcliffe Village Chantry. Let's see what we find inside. The color of a creature's rank icon displays its relative challenge compared to your character. Gray creatures are easy, white are even, yellow and red are challenging. Vivienne, Madame de Fear. Yeah, why bother putting that up if you can't even... Who are you?
Good. You're finally here. Now help me close this, would you?
There's a rift. Help him close it. He had no chance of closing it without me. I'm the only one that can do this. Oh, bloody hell.
One down.
More of them are coming back. Oh, what's this? Loot. Disrupt that rift. Ah. You get a lightning bolt for your trouble. I better take a potion. close that rift. How do you know I can do that? And who is he?
Fascinating.
Is he the son?
How does that work exactly? You don't even know, do you? You just wiggle your fingers and boom. Rift closes.
Who are you?
Ah, getting ahead of myself again, I see. Dorian of House Parvus, most recently of Minrathous. How do you do?
Let one Tevinter in. Suddenly they're scurrying out of all the walls like roaches.
Now, I'm ever so much more handsome than a cockroach. Magister Alexius was once my mentor, so my assistance should be valuable, as I'm sure you can imagine.
Was once... Well, why did this... Yeah, where's Felix?
I was expecting Felix to be here.
I'm sure he's on his way. He was to give you the note, then meet us here after ditching his father.
Alexius couldn't jump to Felix's side fast enough when he pretended to be faint. Is something wrong with him?
He's had some lingering illness for months. Felix is an only child, and Alexius is being a mother hen, most likely.
Are you a Magister?
All right, let's say this once. I'm a mage from Tevinter, but not a member of the Magisterium. I know Southerners use the terms interchangeably, but that only makes you sound like barbarians.
Really?
You're betraying your mentor because...
Alexius was my mentor. Meaning he's not any longer, not for some time. Look, you must know there's danger. That should be obvious even without the note. Let's start with Alexius claiming the allegiance of the mage rebels out from under you. As if by magic, yes? Which is exactly right. To reach Redcliffe, before the Inquisition, Alexius distorted time itself.
Really?
He arranged it so he could arrive here just after the Divine died.
You catch on quick.
Manipulating time itself? Many have attempted over the ages, but never once succeeded.
The rift you closed here. You saw how it twisted time around itself, sped some things up and slowed others down. Soon, there will be more like it, and they'll appear further and further away from Redcliffe. The magic Alexius is using is wildly unstable, and it's unraveling the world.
I'd like more proof than magical time control. Go with it.
I know what I'm talking about. I helped develop this magic. When I was still his apprentice, it was pure theory. Alexius could never get it to work. What I don't understand is why he's doing it, ripping time to shreds just to gain a few hundred lackeys.
He didn't do it for them.
Took you long enough. Is he getting suspicious?
No, but I shouldn't have played the illness card. I thought he'd be fussing over me all day. My father's joined a cult, Tevinter supremacists. They call themselves Venatori. And I can tell you one thing. Whatever he's done for them, he's done it to get to you.
Really?
Alexius is your father. Why are you working against him?
For the same reason Dorian works against him. I love my father, and I love my country. But this? Cults? Time magic? What he's doing now is madness. For his own sake, you have to stop him.
It would also be nice if he didn't rip a hole in time. There's already a hole in the sky.
Are you sure it has nothing to do with it?
Why would he rearrange time and indenture the Mage Rebellion just to get to me?
They're obsessed with you, but I don't know why. Perhaps because you survived the Temple of Sacred Ashes.
You can close the rifts. Maybe there's a connection. Or they see you as a threat.
If the Venatori are behind those rifts or the breach in the sky, they're even worse than I thought.
Suddenly this takes on a whole new interest. We must, yeah, I must see this through. Perhaps the Tevinters, or at least this group, the Venatori, are behind the rifts. Anyways, I'm going to have to end the video here, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.